Report and accounting firm PKF has called on the government to implement the National Tax Policy Framework as part of the policy directives in the financial year 2024-25. PKF experts have also expressed concern with the inconsistency on the actual amount that the government intends to spend in the coming financial year, noting that it leaves room for mischief even as they call for a leaner budget that can be financed without burdening taxpayers. Jimmy Mbogo has more.
When the Finance Bill 2024 comes to a close, the government has been warned against ignoring experts' advice in the implementation of the financing mechanism for the 4 trillion budget. Accounting firm PKF knows that the government must address how the 2024-2025 budget will be financed at a time when the Kenya Revenue Authority is expected to miss its revenue collection target by at least 300 billion shillings, increasing the financial constraints in the government. PKF has also joined other private sector players, warning that the blanket increase in taxation could see the government collect less taxes.
We don't need the CS every year to pronounce now like magic has happened overnight that now this year we have a 4 trillion budget. It sounds nice to say so, but how do you also finance that? I think those are real questions that our policymakers must address.
We cannot be waking up. It's year one, export and investment promotion levy has come in. Now we are talking about eco levy. So what will we be talking about next year? So that lack of the national tax policy and alignment of that to international best practice is what is actually the biggest concern.
The accounting firm is also calling for the shelving of several proposals in the finance bill, including the proposal to repeal the zero rating status of agriculture pest control products. The proposal to levy excise duty on vegetable oil at a rate of 25%, as well as the import declaration fee, which is currently at 2.5% after the reduction from the 3% in the finance bill of 2023.
The government is talking about targeting to raise around 58 billion shillings from motor vehicle tax. But we also think we need to think about what is the opportunity cost of raising that 58 billion shilling. We may raise the 58 or less because of compliance levels, but we may end up losing much more than that 58 that we have raised.
You're paying excise duty, you're paying your VAT, you're paying your import duty. Right? The cost of buying in Kenya a car is prohibitive. It is really, really expensive when you compare buying a car overseas. Why do you want to tax it further?
To increase its revenue collection, PKF has urged government to widen its tax bracket, particularly bringing in the informal economy, which makes up 65% of the country's population, with the experts noting that out of the 7 million registered taxpayers, less than 50% are actively playing their part. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.